Good evening and welcome to Stupid O'Clock News. I'm Lewis Lee. Instead of Halloween, the next crew to fly to the International Space Station might be celebrating Thanksgiving. The scheduled launch has been moved from October 31st to sometime in mid-November, according to SpaceX. The commercial launch company wants to thoroughly inspect the Falcon 9 first-stage engines after a problem scrubbed a satellite launch on October 2nd. When it does lift off from Cape Canaveral, the Falcon 9, topped with a Crew Dragon capsule, will transport 4 astronauts to the ISS for a scheduled 6-month stay. When the delay was announced earlier today, armchair rocket science web host Joe McKeel let out an audible sigh. At least we hope that's what it was, saying that he already had too many things to do Halloween night anyway. Tonight's news was sponsored by Captain Dan's High Flying Blunts, available soon as they're legal. Back to you.
It wasn't an audible sigh. It was a lot of cussing because now I've got 2 hours of programming I got to figure out how to fill.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah. And let's go ahead and bring in Captain Dan.
Thanks for your sponsorship.
Wait till we start rolling in the money.
Ooh, rolling being the operative word there.
Yeah, real. These things, they happen.
All right, let's start bringing the rest of the crew in here. We got Skunk down, up in the upper corner. There's John over beside him. Heather down there on the bottom, and our favorite person, Blake.
Favorite? I'll take it.
You're my favorite person this week. I think I'm gonna be like
hello neighbor.
I'm gonna be like Ellen DeGeneres. I'm gonna pick on one person.
No, great. Now you're gonna make insensitive remarks against me and everything. Awesome.
And treat his crew horribly. Yeah, sounds about right.
John, I'm sorry you can be abused.
So, what did everybody think of the news open and all that?
Good
that
stuff.
was beautiful. That was beautiful. I was giving you applause
Dan
while it was
actually
going on.
Clapping.
And
we can see Dan
Heather
clapping.
didn't care.
Heather was too busy
watching Bama.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
I thought there was one little caveat of something that I saw, Lewis.
What?
I could see the controls for your video player at the bottom.
Yeah, well, not a whole lot you can do about that, but
we have a humongous budget for these things.
Hey, Carlene, welcome to the show.
Yeah, considering I didn't start on any of this crap until 8 o'clock, including the animation.
Well done.
You put them together really, really well.
Yep.
Thank you, Dan.
Oh.
Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to go ahead and get it out of the way.
What?
Lewis, go ahead and show off your camera setup for the rest of the world.
Oh, well, I already.
Wait. Hang on a second. Where is it? There it is.
I get him up full.
Nope.
Yep. All right. Well, this is my Lumix GH4 camera, capable of shooting 4K. It's actually a little bit better resolution than what's on the computer. And then I can switch over to the corner where I've got a Panasonic UX90 camera. Also shoots 4K. It's a camcorder style, and I've got it hooked up through HDMI cable, and I've got the viewfinder flipped around so that I can see it and make sure that it's still live. And then, of course, I've got my laptop running in a third input, and I can have up to 4 inputs. So I'm seriously considering getting one of these for my business, because this is what made me miss Thursday night show, is that I had to do a gig where a company, an organization hired me to broadcast their annual get-together to all those who couldn't make it because they were a little wary of COVID-19, even though the event that I was at was socially distanced and people were wearing masks and everything. So I was safe, but they had probably 2/3 of their membership that could not make it. So they set up a WebEx, and they called me on a Tuesday because somebody had recommended me, and they called me on Tuesday to see if I could do this. and I had to quickly find out if I could find this piece of equipment somewhere. And a friend of mine who teaches at Chat State happened to have one. He uses it in his classes. He has it set up. He teaches nonlinear editing at Chat State. And so he uses it so he can do multiple cameras and show his computer to his students during the class.
That's cool. I
Nice.
like that.
Mhm.
Now, if we could talk Joe into stepping out of the Stone Age.
Wow.
Now, to be completely fair,
Yeah.
Lewis, what was the price tag on that?
This one is a little over $500, but there is one that doesn't have all the functionality. This one can actually stream on its own. You can hook up an Ethernet cable to it and stream without the use of a computer. But I really don't need that functionality because I'm always going to be using a computer to do the broadcasting. So I can get the next unit down, which is a little over 300, I believe.
Okay.
And I actually tested this thing out using my phone hotspot as a Wi-Fi connection,
No.
and it worked fine. So I'm
I
impressed.
shall return.
Well,
Okay.
I'm $300, and it would solve a couple of the problems that I have over at TWE. So I might get that, but I want to see what the $300 version, what all it can do for me, because we have
Well,
three
like I said,
cameras.
this thing, the $500 and something version streams on its own and has a USB port where you can plug in a thumb drive and record your program to the thumb drive.
Ooh,
Once again, I don't really need that because I can do that on the laptop.
yeah,
So
but that might be worth the extra $200.
yeah, and no matter which version you get, you can and I did not do this yet, but you can download the software for it, and the software gives you additional functionality. Like when I was dipping through color earlier, you can change that color to any color you want. You can adjust the audio and see VU meters on each preview monitor, and you can adjust the volume for each different source. This thing has audio follows video for every camera. It's got a still store built in.
Can you turn that off? The audio following video. Can you have it go? Can you just have one audio source?
This camera over here, I don't have the mic plugged in. Now, let me see. I'm going to turn it on just for a second. Okay. Now I'm being picked up only by that camera.
Now, if I didn't want that though, I could turn it off. That's good to know. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. And
or you can turn it on and off by will too. I just noticed. So that means that if I wanted to have the audio, I could turn it on and off at will.
Yeah, you can hit the AFV. You can hit the AFV button on each camera, and only the audio from that camera that's punched up will go through.
That's
Or,
pretty epic.
like in this case, I'm using this camera's mic, even though I can punch to that camera or to the laptop.
Gotcha.
So
That's cool. Of course, Carleen just said, I'm glad Carl's not up to see that because he would be buying one.
Wait, doesn't Carl go back and watch the old episodes?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
oops. Hi, Carl.
Hey, speaking of new things too, I also have something new. I've noticed myself especially, I'll go ahead and admit it, but sometimes I'm not in the best of moods and I go off like a bottle rocket. And Joe has done it recently. I don't know anybody. No, everybody else here is pretty chill most of the time. Lewis did it one time. He got upset about something one time. So we have a new video to play whenever things get a little heated.
Please, can we just calm the down?
Joe, you might want to have that one on standby.
Yeah, brother's about to go on a rant.
No, Heather's not
watching
going to go on
football.
a rant. Heather's calm. Now, if you had seen me about 5 hours ago,
Yeah, Carl does watch. Unfortunately, that's how she got in trouble last week.
Tassa's getting in trouble this week, too.
Actually, Brian, I'm an old fart, and it's hard to teach old fart new tricks.
Brian,
And I picked it up pretty easily. I mean, I'm using it now, and I literally had 15 minutes of instruction from the guy that I borrowed it. Well, I rented it. I'm going to pay him.
I
Make money off of something that I borrowed, and
looked at Lewis, I was going to say I looked at a photo of it, and this thing's just about idiot-proof. Literally every button's labeled. Tells you exactly what it's doing.
Yeah.
And you just go, oh, hit this button, hit that button, good. I mean,
Yeah.
it's that simple.
mm-hmm.
It's so simple that, like I said, I'm thinking about getting one for, but it would be a huge expenditure for TWE, but I'd like to get one for TWE because it's so simple that I could put certain people who I don't want to name because I don't want to, shame them, but they're goobers and they don't know what they're doing and they're idiots. And I feel I could put them in front of this thing, give them 2 minutes of instruction and they can figure it out. I press this button to go to that camera, that button to go to that camera, that button to go to that camera. Figure it out.
Put it this way, okay? I had one camera on the presenters at the front of the room, and I had one camera on a wide shot on the crowd, and I was running both cameras and this. Never missed a beat.
That's awesome.
And I was occasionally changing the shot
Well, to be completely fair, Lewis, you also do understand that aspect of making videos.
Right.
I'm saying that I could put somebody who's a complete idiot, and
Yeah.
this person that I'm thinking of off the top of my head is a complete idiot, and I love this dude, but he's dumb as a box of rocks. Even he could figure it out.
Do
yeah.
I know this
Well,
person?
The funny thing
Is
is,
it me?
No,
Oh, I
Is it
don't?
me?
no, you don't know this guy, Joe.
Okay.
the funny thing is, Skunk, the last time I did a multi-camera broadcast, live broadcast, I was running a $600,000 satellite truck for Channel 12. So $600,000 of gear has now come down to a $500 black box and a free Wi-Fi connection.
Hey, Lewis,
That's-
give it
Yeah.
10 years, they'll have it on your Apple Watch.
Yeah. It won't take 10 years.
To be completely fair, like I said with the wrestling show, we've already been able to do that with OBS. You still need the hardware component, and in order for me to have all of the cameras hooked up to OBS, right? We would have to have 2 more cards for it to work with OBS to be able to switch between those 2 different camera scenes, right?
Uh-huh.
And that's going to be an additional $150 each, right? The computer would be very taxed at that point. It wouldn't be able to record. It wouldn't be able to switch the audio source when recording. So I'm looking at it going like,
That's
we're already
OBS.
spending $300, right? That's because of TWE, all the other stuff that we got going on with TWE. Because TWE's computer is already displaying all of the video on the TV screens and displaying the entrance videos for the wrestlers. It's also recording the commentary track. So that computer's already pretty taxed. We add 2 more PCI cards onto it with their own HDMI feeds. That CPU is going to explode.
Yeah.
But if we have the camera system with all of the cameras hooked up into this little
And do the heavy lifting with Black Magic.
an extra $200 just to do that, just to hook it up into the card I've already got, and it does everything that I want it to do, and it can record the show automatically, and then I just have to go back through and edit stuff later. Cool. And I can still record with the cameras themselves for backup footage.
Yeah.
That makes
And-
my life so much easier.
Yes. With both the laptop, which is Windows, and the desktop, which is iMac, both times all I had to do was plug the Blackmagic into a USB port, and I pulled up Zoom and went to the settings, and bam, Blackmagic is listed as an optional camera. Blackmagic's listed as optional microphone.
Slight,
So you click on them and set.
Not bad at
slight
all.
issue with that at TWE. I noticed it's USB-C, which means it's USB 3.0, which it has to be able to transfer video at those speeds
Mhm.
to have live video. And the computer at the arena does not have USB 3.0. The fastest it goes is 2.0. But, however, that's why I bought that PCI card so we can have HDMI in, because that I can do through PCI. Unfortunately, I already looked up whether or not I could get a 3.0 PCI
Yeah,
card.
it's got HDMI out. It's got HDMI out.
That's the way I would use it. I
Yeah.
just put it into a splitter, have a second monitor set up so people could actually see what the camera was doing when I'm not using it.
Yeah.
So basically, Lewis, that's pretty much OBS in a box.
Yeah.
Cool.
Kind of. OBS gives you way more features that are related directly to playing and doing other stuff. Like, if you go and watch Twitch streamers, you'll see what OBS can do. It's totally different from what Lewis is talking about.
Yeah.
But if you use the two items together in congruency, it 100% makes everything better. I'm just saying, with OBS, you can do everything that he's talking about doing. You could do it with OBS. You're talking about spending more and more and more and more money. That has everything in a box. It can't do everything OBS can do, but for your purposes, has everything that you want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's important to point out, because OBS is really designed for one-person online streaming. What I'm using OBS for at TWE is totally not what it was designed for. It's sort of like how, PVC pipes are designed to transport things like liquids from one place to another, right? You use PVC piping in your house.
For potato cannons.
Exactly. John knew exactly where I was going when I said PVC pipes.
Hey, I live in the South. That's like a high school shop class initiative right there.
Yeah.
So what do you use for an igniter?
No comment.
I know
A friend of mine built a spud gun, and he got a piezoelectric starter replacement part for a gas grill, and he installed that in there, where all you had to do was fill it up with Aquanet, close up the rear end, and press the button. Boom!
Aquanet is some dangerous stuff.
Oh man!
Oh,
If
yeah.
you go to the grocery store or Ace Hardware or any place like that, they make these neat little grill lighters for propane bottles.
Mm-hmm.
One on a trigger.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, that takes your potato
There's
gun.
no open flame.
That takes a potato gun to a whole new level.
Now,
Ah,
he said Aquanet, which is hairspray, right?
yes,
Yeah.
indeed.
Now,
That's the preferred propellant of the spud gun.
preferred, possibly.
Butane. Liquid butane works pretty good too.
But see, all of the people that I hang out with that were when we were building potato guns, be it me and my buddies from high school or my father, we're all car guys. So we're using ether.
That works.
Starting
That's a good
fluid.
one, too.
Starting fluid, yeah, that explodes real
And you
well.
can use less.
Yeah,
But-
you just have to make sure you get that oxygen mixture just right. Because if you don't, you'll flood it, and it won't do nothing.
That's when you take and shake it a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, you do it with the tennis ball launcher. My dad has a tennis ball launcher that he does that with. So before he inserts the tennis ball, the first thing he does is he'll spray it down with the ether, and then he'll go
Spin it around a few times. Yeah.
puts the tennis ball in, ignites it, it's gone.
Something. The views of the individuals are of their own and not of stupid o'clock.
Hold on a minute. Where is it?
He's got one, yeah.
You need a disclaimer.
We pretty much are a walking disclaimer.
I thought about putting a disclaimer on that comment I made earlier on somebody. I think it was John's post.
There
Where I
you
was
go.
talking about, toilet bowl cleaner and aluminum foil are in everybody's household.
I
Speaking
never
of
put that
Anheuser-Busch,
on the internet.
there you go, Skunk.
anymore.
That's what I'm rocking right now. Atomic Pumpkin. It's actually pretty good.
I like how he put Purina.
I know, but every company could think of at the time on there.
All
Yeah,
right.
Wendy-
I want
yeah.
to throw something out there while we're all sitting around.
Okay.
Throw it.
you know how everybody, because of all the rocket launches that got scrubbed this month, they've nicknamed this month Scrubtober
Yep.
in the rocket community. Does anyone else find it kind of funny that North Korea decided to unveil their newest intercontinental ballistic missile during Scrubtober?
And it didn't go off?
Did nobody tell these people that this is not a good month for rockets?
I know, like the moon or Saturn or something's in the wrong spot.
Mercury is in retrograde.
There you go. That's the common one.
We've only gotten 2 off this month, right?
Yeah.
You do just, yeah.
And they were both originally scrubs.
Yeah.
Like T- scrubs.
Yes.
Yeah, down to 2 seconds at the
2
last
seconds
one.
on the second, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, the GPS got to 2 seconds. I don't remember what the Starlink got to. I think it got down to 18.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
15, 18 or 15, I can't remember which.
Yeah, it was below 20.
Yeah.
And the
But it
same
was a-
thing happened with Northrop,
Yeah.
but they went their second try.
Yeah. Well, theirs was wet. Theirs was weather. Starlink was weather. ULA said it was weather.
Well,
But you don't believe ULA.
Starlink's was ground support equipment.
Yeah. That's right. That's right.
ULA was weather, maybe.
Yeah. Weather than
Um,
ground support and all that.
There
But
was
yeah.
there was somebody in the exclusive zone.
Exclusion zone, yeah. I got to looking at it earlier today. SpaceX has 15 launches between now and the end of the year on the books.
Holy crap.
Exactly.
You
Who are
know,
they trying to impress?
I don't know,
When-
but all the other launch providers don't have that many combined.
Joe, we got to get you a better mic.
ULA has
He has one.
the
He
Delta
just,
4.
Do I need to get a little closer to it? Does that help?
Apparently, yeah.
Okay.
But now we
Yeah,
can.
but unfortunately, when you get closer to the mic, you get closer to the camera.
'cause it's-
Now we can see your face.
Now you can really see
Yeah,
me real
go,
good.
go back quiet.
Put it back on.
Here, let me lock my chair up just a little bit. All right. Now, is that a little better?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but is it going to hurt your back?
I'm curious as to why. Have you changed microphones, Joe?
No, I've not done
Sorry,
anything.
mine looks like it's choppy. I'm not syncing up.
You're synced to us.
You're synced? Yeah, everything
that's
is synced as far as I'm concerned.
Other than Joe being very quiet, I don't have any problems with anything else.
No.
Except Skunk. I think Skunk froze.
I'm
No.
lagged.
I think he's just meditating.
Like, I can sit here and
That's not
talk,
have anything to say.
and I'm watching myself go after it actually happens. So
You're
what is coming out here and what I'm seeing on screen are not synced.
They are.
Yeah, that's what
coming to
Lewis
us.
was saying about his own image.
Mm-hmm.
I think the hurricane damage is affecting the internet slightly.
It is a
I
possibility.
mean, if you do want my video feed to freeze, I can make that happen.
No, stop it.
There we go.
Now, if we all had that
Stop
and
it.
did it at different frequencies. Now, is there really a problem with my my audio? Is it?
No, you're fine.
You're fine,
And I'm assuming mine's okay as well.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah.
except that your camera makes your hair look gray. Other than that,
No, my hair is gray,
okay, well, that explains it.
and so is my character. I'm trying to repair an external camera here, and I need to get up and look at the shelf behind me to get something. Plumber's tape.
Plumber's crack.
Plumber's tape.
Well, he said
And he's
gonna
sitting there
get up-
having a conversation off screen.
Well, he said he's gonna have to get up and go, so I just went in.
Yep. Cheers to you. See you when you come back.
Oh, but yeah,
It's so weird. I blink and then I look at my TV and I see myself blink.
Maybe you're talking to yourself in the past. or maybe into the future.
Quick, warn yourself about 2020.
A
I
little late for that.
don't think she's going that far back.
Find out the
Never
lotto
know.
numbers for me.
Hey,
Of course, somebody said right before the time change, it happened on the weekend of Friday the 13th, and Friday the 13th was a full moon. Time change this going back to normal is also a full moon. Maybe it'll reset everything.
factory.
Maybe.
October 31st, factory reset.
Is everybody doing that stupid broom thing again?
What?
What?
You guys don't remember the broom thing?
Oh, God.
No.
Oh, where you stand it up and it stays.
Yeah.
That's what set this whole thing in motion.
Some witchcraft, you think?
No idea.
Because there
what you're
wasn't
talking
any mention of COVID.
Apparently, there was some sort of weird gravitational anomaly because all the planets were lined up that you could take a broom and stand it up and it would stay there. And people were videotaping themselves because all the planets were aligned or something.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go to YouTube and type in, broom trick, planet alignment broom trick or something like that, there's billions of them.
Yeah, but it had to be a brand new broom, and a used broom wouldn't do it because the bristles wore slap out.
Soft.
Yeah, this happened back in February, right before the world ended.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They're blaming the world ending on the brooms.
Oh, are we supposed to start making armor out of old tires now yet? Are we up to that point yet? Because I want the mohawk and the tire armor. Let me tell you.
I saw someone on Facebook Marketplace that was selling like 600 Mountain House boxes from where they got all their like 20-year food. So maybe we might be there.
You see people putting up things like 500 packages of MRE coffee.
Mm-hmm. I see it at least once in a while that someone's MREs are about to expire, and they're like, "Oh, I got to sell them for pennies on the dollar." Yeah.
Yeah. What did you buy them at?
I have a couple cases of those that I really need to start either opening them to see if they're still good or.
Like what years? Like early aughts?
No, 2008 or so. That's 2005, 2008.
As long as they're fairly cold, everything tastes decent. As long as it's under like 100 degrees.
And if you don't mind eating car wax.
On the first farm that we had, Dad used to walk around and find cans of sea rations laying around. It was an army practice ground for World War II. There was a tank parking pen in the next property across the dirt road from us. And he'd go, well, the crackers are kind of stale, but the cheddar cheese is just great.
The problem with sea rations, the crackers came out of the factory stale.
Oh, okay.
They were not designed to be fresh.
Oh, yeah.
This is how they're supposed to be.
What was the one that I heard that was a biological disaster was the ham and lima beans.
Why do I have no trouble believing that whatsoever?
And that would be some sort of biological accident in another way, too.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is tape. Why does it not stick?
Biological accidents, really, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah, you
It
definitely don't
is
feed that
tape.
to
It is
me.
designed to stick. Why does it not stick?
There's a channel I watch on YouTube named Steve1989 MRE Info. That's a hell of a name. And he goes all the way back to like World War I and literally opens them and eats them. Like he has like an iron stomach. It's hilarious.
He would pretty much have to, wouldn't he?
Like some of the stuff he can't eat. Like some of it was complete rotten. He just discovers what's inside.
There were a lot of safety recalls put out on some of the early MREs because they didn't, whatever they did to them didn't keep them from picking up bacteria and such. I distinctly remember the one for the dehydrated strawberries. Everybody loved them, but after they got to be about a year old, the reddish pink strawberries became the greenish gray strawberries. And well, if you know anything about the military, about half the time you eat your food is at night in the dark. So there were a lot of guys that were eating these things that were like, heaving their guts out the next morning.
They did not realize it was the greenish gray.
Yes. Then so was the milkshakes they came out with.
Hey, Skunk.
Yeah, what's up?
I'm looking at the $300 version of the ATM Mini, and even the $300 version can do chroma key.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Chroma key.
Yeah, there's an ATM Mini and then an ATM Mini
Pro. Yeah, the Pro is what I'm using right now. That's $595. The ATEM Mini is $295, and really the only thing that it doesn't have is split video out and
internet,
and the ability to onboard record onto a thumb drive.
Split video out, is that the camera in camera or picture in picture that you were trying to use?
No. What split video out would be is if you have its software, you can see each camera live before you punch it up to go live.
Oh, okay. That sounds like a useful function in case somebody on camera is picking their nose or something.
What do they call engineer? The guy that does all that stuff and has to see what it looks like before he punches the button.
Mm-hmm. It's the director, technical director, TD.
Oh, my sister put out another RV video.
Yeah, I saw that. I just.
Okay. I'll have to check it out.
Went to DeSoto State Park in Alabama.
Oh, I've been there a couple of times. Wow. The first time I went there, I had a pop-up trailer, no problem. Second time I went there, I had a 30-foot travel trailer, and man, there's some tight curves going up that mountain.
They've got that little Mercedes thing she's got. I can't remember what it's called, but
little Class B,
Class C apparently. I think it's
Mercedes Class C.
I think so.
Okay,
it's a big truck. It's not a little dinky thing.
It's built on a Sprinter chassis.
Okay.
But she was talking about they called ahead. They didn't get there until night, so they had to try and find their spot in the RV park. But it's real nice. They had already put a sign out on their spot with their last name on it. So as they drove in, there's this sign with their name on it, and it was and they gave them a pull through, so they didn't have to like back in or anything like that. So it's like you're coming in the middle of the night.
Pull-throughs are nice, but man, there's no fun in that.
I've got a backup camera on my Class C, and one of the last places that we hit on our way back from Minnesota, we didn't get there until well after dark, and the guy was guiding us in, and I just pulled it in. I mean, perfectly, first time, straight as an arrow, right to the pedestals. And he says, "This ain't your first rodeo, is it?" I said, "I'm cheating. I got a backup camera. I saw you in it."
Does your backup camera have the backup stadia that shows you which direction when you need to turn and stuff like that?
Oh no, it doesn't have that.
The one that has like the little arrow that points and then it straightens out.
Yeah, no. Yeah. My wife's Buick has that.
I've got a backup camera on my box truck, but I got it wired to where the camera stays on constantly because you can't see out the back.
Yeah,
and I got it hanging up on the mirror. I bought a mirror from the junkyard, cut the end off of it, and glued the camera or the
monitor
screen on it,
monitor,
and so I've got it set up to where it's my rear view mirror.
Yeah, I've got that on my my van. Unfortunately, last time I went to get my oil changed, the guys they vacuumed the floor of the van, and somehow or another they screwed up my camera. And it's just in the wiring, it's not the camera itself. But I am not a happy camper, pun intended.
Well, I'll tell you, the backup camera is super handy the way I've got it positioned. It's right over my trailer hitch. So I can just back right up. And I can see my ball in the trailer hitch in the camera. And I just put the ball right under the tongue of the trailer and don't have to fight.
Does everybody have the same problem with Joe's volume, or is it just me?
It's quiet.
I can barely hear him.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be back in a minute.
Y'all had to complain because now we got to hear it. Oh, that's upside down.
He never left.
Of course not.
Okay, did that
Why
help?
do you think I'm?
Can't hear you over Dan.
All right. Can't hear me over what?
Dan.
Oh, okay.
Now I can hear you.
All right. Did that help it any?
That helped.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. For some reason, my volume.
Hear a bit of a
on my
hum
mic-
now.
The volume on my mic was down to like 40%.
Can you run it up to 100? Just to see
It
what
is
sounds
at
like?
100.
Oh, it's still low.
You're still pretty quiet.
I've not done anything different.
Well, you don't have to do anything different.
I hear the heartbeat of the nation.
Huh. All right, so hell with it. I'll go get my mic stand for next week and have the mic right here.
Yeah, but how does Mike feel about that?
Well, he enjoyed it the last time.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
Go on. Too late now, John.
It's never too late for a drum thing.
There you go.
Carleen says, listens to strange words, camper, trailer. Her idea of roughing it is no room service.
There you go. Me too.
If I had a nickel for everybody that's ever said that.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Yeah,
something nice about having all your luggage and not having to schlep it into and out of a hotel room every night. Not having to eat every meal at a restaurant.
Not hoping that the hotel people
right behind me when I'm driving.
Of course, Aunt Donna, the camper that Lewis has got is a hotel room.
Yeah, pretty much.
Actually, it's more like a extended stay hotel room because it's got a kitchen and a bathroom with it.
And a nice roomy shower.
And you don't have to climb up and down the stairs and elevators to get out to your car when you want to go to eat.
That's exactly right. You don't have to even dress to eat. Just keep the blinds closed.
Okay, you went too far, Lewis.
Or open. You're okay.
Lewis, do y'all pull a car with y'all when y'all go?
We do not. We haven't gotten to the point yet where we feel we need a toad, but
Okay.
If and when we do, I think I'm just going to look for one that's somebody that's getting out of RVing
Yeah.
and selling their toad, because I don't want to have the hassle of having to put the tow bar on the front and the special brakes and all the electronics. And I'd just rather have one that's already been used as a toad, and because I'm sorry, it doesn't have to be a Mercedes.
Yeah.
All you need is something that's going to get you 20 miles.
Get you one of those little smart cars. And
I've thought about
it.
it.
One of the cargo bays on the side of the van.
You can put it in the
That'll
glove
do it.
box.
There you go.
Get a Tesla. Have it autopilot behind you.
Oh, hell no.
Oh,
Mm.
that'd be
You
amazing.
can do that.
No, but like a Geo Tracker, something cheap and light and easy to tow.
Actually, you and the wife could do scooters in one of the bays. Honestly,
We've actually thought about that too. We could just put. We've got a
get a little
We
fanny
gotta
pack
draw
for it.
Well, we got a draw type receiver on the back, and you can get these electric bikes that don't weigh a lot more than a regular bicycle, and just put those on a bike rack
Yeah.
and chain them down with like 4 chains.
I wonder if they make them with rechargeable bike racks so that you could be charging them while you're driving down
You
the
could
road.
probably do some 12-volt action. You could do some 12-volt action on that.
Yeah, I could certainly run a jack out there. Well, I mean, there's already a 120 volt AC outlet on the street side of it. I could just put one on the back side and run it on the inverter.
That could be a thing for sure.
Charges
And
your
while we're driving, we could be charging the bikes.
And when you get to where you're going, you're ready to go to the store.
That's right.
Well, does your the electrical connection by the receiver, is it that round one or is it just the flat 4?
It's the round one.
There is a hotline from the battery.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think these bikes are going to be rigged for 12 volt.
Oh, okay.
I think the chargers are probably 120 AC. And if that's the case, then I can just put me a 120 AC duplex outlet back there and run it directly to the inverter.
Yeah, that'll work. Okay.
And that way it's running off the alternator. I don't have to run the generator or anything.
Yeah.
And by hooking it up to the inverter, it's paralleled in that bus to where when we do plug into shore power or run the generator, it's powered that way as well.
Yeah, well, that works. That makes sense.
Oh,
Yeah.
you just revealed your Navy background. Shore power.
Shore power.
No, actually, in
That's a term for RV.
in
And
RV,
well,
shore
I actually
power.
started using that with the SAT truck.
Yeah.
Well, microwave truck even before that. So
Oh.
I'm all about the shore power, baby. Not having to hear that damn generator.
Oh yeah. Well, you remember that little camper that I had pictures of and all that?
Yeah. Yeah,
That
your
thing-
Shasta or your
the
Pop.
Apache.
Oh, the Apache, yeah.
The Apache came with no power. I put shore power in it, showed and made a little tutorial into the Apache group. Now everybody has one of those little Apache, has the shore power, everything done exactly the way I do it.
Yeah. Now, what I did with my pop-up is all the duplex receptacles that were already in there,
Yeah.
I replaced them with duplex receptacles that had 2 USB ports in it.
Yeah, I did too.
So I didn't have to tie up an AC outlet to charge my phone.
Yeah.
Just plug it directly in.
I mean, I was getting to the point to where I was about to build I was going to have a cooler out on the tongue full of ice water
Mm-hmm.
with the pump to go up and copper coils around the fan.
Make a little makeshift air conditioner.
Yep.
Yeah. Except you could put dry ice in there and make it last longer.
Yeah. What are you working on, Daniel?
I'm not really satisfied with the quality of the video image, and I've got a perfectly good camera here, but the mount was one of those things where it sort of had a lazy eye, and it was gradually creeping backwards to where the camera was pointed at the ceiling all the time.
Oh, okay.
So I just did a Farm Boy mod on that, and I haven't the faintest idea if any of it will work, or even if the camera still functions. But I believe I'm going to give it a try.
All right.
Oh, and it's got spotlights. Now I probably will have to go off screen and change my camera settings, which is, oh well, it'll take me a second.
All right. Just don't cross the wires or you'll. And he did.
Streams.
I didn't do that. You did. Silly boy. Now let me get off the full screen here so I can see what I'm doing.
All right.
Do exit full screen.
So what's the score, Lewis?
Oh, my game's over. It's on Saturday Night Live now.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Try that again, Lewis, because we couldn't see it. Was that Bill Burr?
Can't tell. Let me see.
The nerve. Where's the camera? The nerve!
Sounds like Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Pictures here. Okay.
All right.
I'm going to try to do something here, but...
Yeah, I'm thinking about grabbing a new webcam as well.
Curious now what he's going to do.
Is he going to try to like push it through? Are you remoting to the TV?
About your business. No, I'm going to try to pull up one of my streaming services on my laptop and see how it looks when I punch it across.
Streaming through here and get us all kicked off of YouTube and stuff.
Boom! Right out of here.
Something.
To the moon, Alice.
So get this.
If there's a wiener on that monitor, I swear to God, Stu.
Appropriate.
I went and spent money on this webcam,
Yeah.
and now we're going to start taking our tests on campus.
Oh, crap.
But Heather, you spent money on the webcam, yes, and I know we talked about it before. It was for school, but look at you now.
Hey,
You're one
Brian.
of the stars of this.
And of
Who the hell is
Armchair Rocket
sponsoring
Science.
us again, Joe?
Say what?
Who the hell is sponsoring us again?
Nobody right now.
No, I meant like who's hosting the thing and putting
Yeah,
us
the
up?
platform that we're on.
What the hell is it called?
StreamYard.
No.
The other-
the website.
Joe, really?
What?
You know what I'm talking about? You
Was
made a
it
big
literally
announcement on Thursday.
Oh.
Was it literally just for one show, Joe?
TMV
What kind of
Cafe.
contract?
Oh, TMV Cafe. Yeah, I forgot
Are they
about
just
them.
are they just hosting our
Apparently, they're not doing anything.
hack
Joe's
episodes,
full of it.
or are we actually going to be like live on their page at some point?
Well, they notify. They notify everybody that when we're live,
Okay.
and then link through our YouTube page. No, Brian, I don't sleep all day and stay up all night. I cat nap through the day and cat nap through the night, and I'm awake most of the time.
MGM, anyone?
Yeah, I was about to say that sounds like MGM.
All right, that's enough of that.
Yeah, it looks good, Lewis. Go ahead and pull it down.
Well, the question I was having is, what United Artists movie are you watching?
War Games.
Oh yeah,
That's a good one.
I love that movie.
2020 may not be the year to start watching that.
Hey,
Thank you, Brian.
It's
Appreciate
got us
it.
in the. It's got us some practice at least. Though the video game of the same title is a hot mess on Steam, so
I mean, if you
Am I the only person who doesn't play Steam videos?
Steam-
Steam's not
Steam game?
videos. Yeah, Steam games. Yes,
Yeah, that's what I'm.
yeah,
probably so.
literally.
I think you're the only person in the entire world that doesn't.
My
What's
brother was
Steam?
trying to get me to get a Steam account and start playing Steam games.
No. So here's the thing. If you're somebody, because John's exempt from this. In this case,
Why
right?
is John exempt in this?
Because
case?
John's not like an
ASMR.
John's not like a hardcore gamer.
Not terribly.
Heather is.
Okay.
You were.
Oh,
right,
John,
who's
can
still
you hear me
working
better
on
now?
Why does it sound like we're at the airport?
Thank you. Oh my gosh,
Dude,
Still
what?
trying to figure that out.
it's Joe like all over a microphone.
He's got
It
it in his lap
Yeah.
Sounds like it's like
because you
Thunder.
laughed
It's
when it came
incredibly
up
annoying.
into the screen.
He knows it's incredibly annoying, and he knows that he's getting on everybody's nerves,
Joe,
and he doesn't care.
What?
where's the harness that we talked about? Do you remember the necklace harness?
Yeah, I never bought it.
I never bought it.
Got to have money for that.
True.
So instead, you're going to
Have
continue to
Donna
rub your
crochet
microphone
one.
against your crotch.
Crochet him literally just a
All you gotta do is make a chain
ring.
and then a
yeah,
loop,
Yeah.
and that's it.
Yeah.
All
You
right,
just need
anyway.
like an empty loop like that big for a regular microphone to go through.
All right, John. I think you should get a Steam account.
There's some.
You know, if I got a Steam account, you want to know exactly what I'd play right now?
What?
No.
Elder Scrolls Oblivion.
Yeah, why not? John, you know what game you should play that you would get a lot of fun out of? Fallout 4.
Fallout's great.
Fallout's good. I'm just not a first-person shooter kind of person.
You know, technically, you don't have to play Fallout. You don't have to play the Fallout games in first person.
You can play third. Yeah.
You can play in third person.
Mm-hmm.
I recommend playing in first person because it's better to aim with.
Yeah.
But
Well, they
you
give
know.
you a reticle still. So.
To tell you how
Alright,
long it's
what
been
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
since
you
do
get
is-
iron
game.
sights and you get iron
Sure.
sights in Fallout
You can do-
4 though.
You can do Company of Heroes in third person too. That's a fun series.
The last game I played was BioShock.
Third person
BioShock
count-
is a good. I've got.
It is
I-
a good game.
I could have swore you were more of a gamer than this. I really could.
I was in high school.
Heather, what did you do to your camera?
I
Joe.
mean,
That is a latency related issue that she's having.
yeah. Do I need to leave and come back in?
You can give
It's
it a
up to
shot.
you.
I'll be back.
Give it a
Alright.
shot, see what happens.
I'm gonna go take care of my own latency issue.
All right. But Brian says, who would you guys say would be the smartest? The smartest in what?
Yeah, that would be a good question. Hey,
Very open-ended question.
Yeah.
I'm the
Especially
smartest
with this
ass.
group.
I don't even know about that. Hey, actually, I do I tried something new tonight. Was when my stomach was messing with me. I was like, dude, you know what? I need some greasy ass food. That's what I need. That's gonna make my stomach feel better,
Is that better?
right?
Yeah.
Yes. I need some greasy ass food. So I went down to. I was gonna go to Arby's, right? And then Arby's had I don't know why Arby's had a line. Arby's in Eastridge never has a line, but they had a line tonight. I was, what the hell? And I looked across from where I was. I could see Hardee's did not have a line. They had one vehicle. That was it. I was like, I'm going to Hardee's. So I circle around over to Hardee's, and they've got this new thing called the Prime. It's like the Prime Cut Steakhouse
Called
Steak
the
Burger.
prime brisket
Yeah.
or whatever.
And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, that looks greasy. I'm going to ask the dude what's on it. And I asked the guy, I said, what comes on that burger? And he goes, so it's a burger with cheddar cheese sauce, right? And you get the 1/3 thick burger, right? So you get the big slab of meat. Caramelized onions. So I'm not an onion guy, so I got rid of those.
Oh, you missing?
But he also said it comes with, and this is awesome, roast beef soaked in au jus.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I was like, yes, please give me one of those, because that's what I was going to Arby's for anyway. So I get the burger,
Yeah, really?
and that was such a damn good burger. Such a damn good burger. Unbelievably good. It made me feel so much better. After I ate that, I was like, okay, my stomach stopped hurting. I feel fine now. I don't know how I'm going to feel tomorrow morning,
Just
but
wash it
it
down
made
with
me
them.
feel good now.
I had something good to eat tonight.
What was that?
I told Lewis what I was going to get, and I didn't get beans. I did something different. I had to have some meat involved. So I had grilled Spam and cheese burrito.
What kind of spam?
Well, it's the cheap
Regular
stuff.
spam, I assume.
It's the cheap stuff. Treat.
Treat.
Well, treats. I think treats actually better than spam.
Okay, so you didn't even have spam. All you had was canned meat.
Yeah.
Canned meat product.
Yeah, and I chopped it up real fine and grilled it.
They make a Tabasco sauce flavored Spam.
They do.
That's actually pretty good.
There's a whole bunch of different varieties of Spam.
I haven't had a Spam sandwich in so long.
You know what I miss?
What?
Walmart used to sell great value cans of chicken meat, right?
Yeah.
They used to sell it in flavors. They don't anymore.
Oh yeah, they used to sell like the sweet and hot and
You had buffalo.
yeah.
They sold buffalo. They sold fajita. They had barbecue chicken, lemon pepper.
Yeah.
Look
at all them Spams.
The lemon pepper one. Lemon pepper one. So good. I missed lemon. I used to use the lemon pepper one. I used to buy cans of the lemon pepper one. I used to buy cans of the lemon pepper one because it was so good. And also at the time period, my at-home cure for congestion was to make hot chicken soup. The way I would do it is that I would take a can of the buffalo and a can of the fajita, and then I'd put them into a pan and add water and a little bit of olive oil and mix it together until it was a soup. And I'd add spices and I'd put in like your paprikas and your sages and a little cayenne pepper and stuff. If I had actual hot sauce, I'd put some of that in there too, just for flavor purposes. And I'd mix it all together and it'd make me a big old bowl of hot chicken soup. I can't do that anymore without having to go out and buy fajita mix and buy buffalo sauce. It's a pain in the ass now. I don't want to mess with it. That stuff I had a recipe for and it was perfect. And I don't make it anymore. And I'd use the lemon pepper chicken in my ramen all the time. It went great with the creamy chicken ramen. That was awesome. And then that barbecue chicken in a can, it wasn't all that great, but it could spice up a few things if you used it right.
Did you see that, or have you tried the chorizo flavored Spam? Scone?
That sounds good.
I don't know. I wasn't. No.
One of the flavors they've got is chorizo flavored Spam.
My problem with Spam is that whenever you have Spam, you open up a can of Spam, right? That's a meal.
That's one of the better steps to do before you cook it.
No, I'm saying when you open it up, it's one-time use. You can save that shit.
Well,
you open it up.
What?
You wrap it in cling wrap.
Yeah.
Ziploc bag.
I can't eat that whole fucking can. I've tried.
Of what?
Spam. You can't eat a whole can of Spam by yourself.
Yes, you can.
Let me rephrase. I can't eat a whole can of Spam by
that's
myself.
a lot better because I just did.
Dude, I got you ate a can of treat, and that doesn't count.
It's not like you get Spam poisoning or anything, just a heart attack. Come on.
No, really, you get
I ate.
That's about it.
I ate. The last time I tried to eat Spam, I ate I would say maybe a fifth of the can, and then I was hurting. I was like, dude, I can't keep eating this. Like, it's so much.
It's all the salt in it. It's what it is.
It dries you out, yeah.
The salt and the fat.
Yeah.
It does feel like it's Spam is designed to be sliced up and served to multiple people at once. Like
the serving is like 6.
Food.
So
yeah.
Heather was talking about she hasn't had a Spam sandwich in a long time. Now, how do you cut your Spam? Do you cut it in the little strips, or do you slice the whole can?
Slice whole can.
Like I make little fingers.
The whole can. You put it in a frying pan. You put a slice of pineapple over top of each one.
You start at the top and you work your way down to the bottom when you get it out of the can. And you slice it one.
You slice it like a loaf of bread.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the weirdo then. I literally had the can here. I stick the knife in, cut, and then make like fingers basically, and then when they go into the frying pan, then you get little fingers.
No,
You
I
do
don't
all
think-
that, you wind up cutting your finger on the edge of the can. I just dump the whole thing out, slice off what I want, put the rest in some saran wrap, and
You dump the whole can out and you slice it
Yeah.
up like bread. That's how you do it. And what you don't use, yes, you can save, but Lewis, correct me if I'm wrong. I've never had with other foods I've been able to save them. Never with Spam. Once Spam comes out of the can, it's one-time use. After that, if you try to eat Spam leftovers that you have, it just doesn't. Something's wrong.
I think
Well, that
you're
depends
probably
whether or
right.
not you cook it first before you
I think-
store it.
Skunk, I think what you're running into is that by the time you crave Spam again, it's already moldy in the refrigerator.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Because
it.
you just don't want to eat Spam that often.
Yeah.
So by the time you go back for the leftovers, they're a science experiment.
You got to remember,
Let you guys in on a secret.
Spam was designed for people that had their food supply cut off by German U-boats. Okay,
Mhm.
they would eat the whole can. I mean, and the can. That's-
I'll let
Gotta
everyone
get
in
a
on a
little
secret.
iron in your diet.
They make Spam singles. It's one patty of Spam.
You know, that's something Spam needs to do is make like a package of thick sliced bologna that's made out of Spam.
Hold on. Spam singles.
Or
That
even
would be
like
easier.
processed cheese slices with its own individual
That
plastic
would work
wrap
too.
for each
Oh,
slice.
Skunk would be in heaven then. Individually
I mean-
wrapped Spam.
They are. I'm showing you.
Yeah,
Hold on.
it
One moment.
lasts for 500 years
Hold on.
in between.
I'm winning.
meals.
Hold on.
Oh,
No.
okay.
No, because that defeats the purpose.
Here.
That defeats
Rise
the purpose.
from the grave,
I
my
thought the
screen.
purpose was eating the Spam.
Rise from the grave, my screen. It's a single. It's literally a slab of Spam for one person.
Okay, let me tell you.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen
Let me
that.
tell you the problem with
It's
this.
right next to the tuna fish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me tell you the problem with this, though. Let me tell you the problem with this.
And it tastes just the same.
How much does that cost?
Like 89 cents.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Maybe
How much
89
is a can of
cents. It
Spam?
might have cost them 89 cents to manufacture.
I don't know.
John?
A can of Spam is expensive.
Whenever you have something that's like a singleized version of a product that you're supposed to buy that's designed to be in bulk, they always jack the price up on it.
Skunk, you have a new mission.
Oh, I'm
before-
sorry. It's $1.13 at my local Walmart right now.
See, I told you. What?
You have a new mission. Is before Thursday. You have to go out and find one of those and try it out.
What, the chorizo spam?
Yes. No, I mean the single package Spam. See if it's something you like.
And it's $1.13 and
No.
it's one
I'm
sample.
not spending that kind of money on fucking spam.
Well, you said you only ate a fifth of a $4
Yeah,
can,
man.
so $1.13 on one you can handle. Kind of toss up.
Spam's not expensive.
No, if you buy a can, it's not. No. If you were to buy the same amount, okay, if you were to take those singles, whatever they
It's
consider.
only $2.92 a can.
No.
See what I mean? Two
Well,
singles?
Well, there again,
Yeah, two
we're gonna be
singles.
How
in
much
the-
did you say that was that Spam
like a-
single slice
like
was?
$1.13.
Okay, yeah, it's the same at mine.
Yeah, so yeah, you're looking at $1.13. It's not half a can of spam. It's just one small little slice of spam.
But you said yourself you can't handle the Spam.
It's a 2.5
I'm
ounce
also saying
pouch.
that I'm not wasting money either.
A can of
I'm a-
Spam is 12
Time
ounces.
for another beer. I'll be right back.
If I was look, okay, I'm sorry. Let me explain this a little bit clearer for Blake. If I had money falling out of my butthole, yeah, I would buy spam singles just to not have to deal with the problem. But I don't. So if I'm gonna buy spam, I'm gonna buy it in bulk and I'm gonna save it for the occasion where everyone is going to eat spam together. Which is why I don't buy
You have
spam.
occasions where what is
I
that?
know.
Because nobody
I
ever
know.
wants to
2020,
eat
the
spam
apocalypse.
together.
That is the occasion where everybody's eating spam.
Good grief.
No, the occasion where everyone eats spam
What?
is a tea party.
Sassy
Buy it off
party.
Amazon.
How much is it on Amazon?
A pack of 6 is $18.85.
It's
Pack
That's
of 6
expensive.
cans or the individual things.
The
Three
spam single.
times 6. You can get it
Walmart.
cheaper at Walmart.
No kidding.
My
that doesn't even sound right.
My
Yeah,
Walmart grocery don't even carry it.
Anyway,
Are you talking about the one, the home market, or the one on 153?
Well, I went to the Walmart grocery.
The one on 153 has it. The one on Signal Mountain has it.
Okay.
The one that's over there at the corner at Ashland Terrace, that's just a mini Walmart.
Yeah, it's just the grocery.
well, John, I do want to say this, John. I'm more interested about that chorizo spam.
That does sound interesting.
That's got me interested. I want to know what chorizo spam tastes like because I like chorizo.
Did you ever try that chorizo I sent you a picture of?
Huh? The picture you sent me, chorizo is what the chorizo we always had all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Harley Carlene says a can of spam's over $3 up in Indiana.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It sounded like what you were talking about, Joe. Sounded like the cans of spam was what you were getting with that.
The only unique spams I've had the turkey one, which is bizarre because it's only half spam flavored at that point. I've had the jalapeno, and I've had the bacon.
Turkey spam. I wonder if that would take a lot of the salt out of the picture.
It's less salt, yeah. And I've had, of course, spam light with 80% less salt or whatever, and it's just nasty.
I've been on a big no salt kick lately, not because of health or anything like that. It's just I'm tired of these idiots putting way too much salt in their food.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the same way about sugar and everything.
Yeah, I don't keep a salt shaker at the house to let you put too much salt in my food. That and I'm making gravy for my cat, so I quit buying.
You're making gravy for your cat?
I'm making gravy for my cat. I use low sodium chicken broth, and the reason is my cat is 15 going on 16.
That'll do it.
Missing teeth.
Oh, now Brian's talking. Brian's got the right idea. Sardines.
There you go. Sardines and mustard. Now, Brian, are you talking about actually buying the can of sardines and mustard? Or you're talking about buying sardines and adding your own mustard?
Or the pouches.
I don't do pouch sardine. If it doesn't come in a can, it just ain't right. I don't know.
It's not American.
Actually,
Well,
I think
I
that's
know
a
that
British invention. But I'm not
When I make salmon patties, I'd
Yeah.
rather have the pouch salmon than the canned salmon.
really odd. 'Cause
It's
One of the few foods.
chunkier, and it doesn't have as many bones in it.
well, that's half the fun is pulling all the bones out and seeing who
You're not
gets
supposed to
the
pull
piece
the
you
bones
missed.
out.
Yeah.
You're supposed to
squish
just
the
choke
bones
on
up.
Choke on
Yeah.
the bones.
No, because some of them are little pointy bones. Those you don't want to squish up.
I'm talking about the vertebrae,
You're talking about the
the little round,
little round
thingies.
ones. Yeah, you can squish them. They're actually kind of tasty.
But when you buy the
Now, I have often
pouches,
wondered about
they don't have those,
They're
and I
deboned.
prefer that. Yeah, they're deboned.
I've often wondered about that because Lindsay will eat. She's real big on the omega-3 oil, and she will sometimes get canned mackerel. And I know a lot of folks back when I was a kid that would have the tinned sardines as part of their going fishing food. And I always wondered if those sardines had bones in them or if they'd been filleted or what.
If I had sardines and I was going fishing, the sardines would be on my hook.
No. Well, you know, in the military, if you spend a lot of time out in the field, guys would go to the PX and buy. The PX had all the sardines and oysters, smoked oysters. Oh, I love smoked oysters. But and then
Yeah.
started the kipper steaks, and all that sort of stuff like
Yeah.
that.
No. I mean, if you go to the grocery store
Not
and
those-
you buy
not those, Brian.
a tin of sardines, does it have the bones in?
Yes.
Okay,
But-
that was my question and I needed answered.
Yeah, 'cause
Now
if you
I
only
know
put
I'll
bones in, it'll
if
be
you get
I'll
whole-
stick to spam.
If you get whole bones, or whole sardines, or the fillet, some of the fillets will have bone. But usually if they fillet them, they pull the bone.
I really
About
like
the-
plank salmon
The only
too.
time I buy sardines is when I've got a dog that's sick and won't eat. If a dog won't eat sardines out of a can, you need to take them to the vet.
I have never tried that.
Well, you have to
stomach
get
issues.
you have to get the sardines in oil, not in water.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
they
that
won't
helps
eat the
their
salty water.
digestion.
Yeah.
You remember Tad Beatty when he got a husky dog, and he used to give it cans of salmon every so often, just because apparently huskies are brought up on eating fish, and the fish oil is good for their coat.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Fish oil is good for a lot of stuff.
we actually get the big gallon
Especially
jug
fish.
and just put it in about 3 times a week to their food. Just about
It's-
yay much.
Really good for blood pressure and controlling your cholesterol.
Oh shit! I need a bunch of fish oil in.
They say that cardio patients or hypertension patients or diabetes patients should be taking at least 1 fish oil tablet a day.
I need like 16 a day in my life. So you don't want to take
Or
my
I
blood
could just
pressure
eat
ever.
fish and chips.
I'd rather eat the fish.
Nothing good, nothing bad about cod and potatoes, and a little bit
That was
of
a-
malt vinegar
I actually go ahead.
and a shitload of
I
salt.
was at the store the other day trying to find catfish at a decent price, and
Fish itself is expensive.
I remember when catfish, they were practically giving it away at the store. I mean, it was
Mhm.
chicken. Oh, and chicken livers. You know, I mean,
People finally got off their high horse and quit calling catfish bottom feeders because, quite frankly, the catfish you get in a store is pond raised and it's fed corn. So it's just as clean as any fish you could imagine. And it's a hell of a lot tastier than this tilapia crap and this cod shit they try to pawn off on you.
Tilapia isn't a real fish.
What?
did you
Tilapia isn't a real fish.
Yeah,
you know there's a
well,
tilapia farm on the backside of Lookout Mountain?
Yeah, tilapia is if I remember correctly, tilapia is a fish farming method, not a specific variety of fish.
Yeah.
And cod is suffering from being overfished for about 50 years now. So
Yeah,
you're
They
not
did it in Alaska.
you're not getting the good ones.
the
Yeah,
Gorton
that's-
fishermen, you know.
Well, it says
Oh,
tilapia
well,
is a common
those are
name for 100
processed.
species of fish, and it names off like all these like different.
Tilapia is a lot like saying goldfish.
Mhm.
I just
And it might be. No, sure.
I don't like tilapia.
You ever notice most of the
No.
Japanese restaurants
All
have
I
koi
know
out front?
is it's tasteless as
Well, that's what tilapia is basically.
It's koi.
Koi. It's just big goldfish.
tilapia is for people who want to eat seafood but don't want it to taste fishy. Well, if you don't want something to taste fishy, don't eat fish.
Don't eat fish. Yeah.
Simple.
I don't
like
like the
fish.
taste of fish. That's why I drowned it in malt vinegar.
Yeah, and then after you've drowned it in malt vinegar, you dip it in the tartar sauce.
No,
Tourist
I don't-
sauce. That's what we called it down in
You
Biloxi.
drown it in malt liquor.
No,
Malt liquor makes
no.
everything taste better.
What he said.
Yeah, speaking of Biloxi, John, I didn't realize that you were from there.
Really?
Yeah.
Born and partly raised.
Well, we weren't too far apart because I was born and raised in New Orleans and spent a lot of my adult years in Baton Rouge. So, and we went to
I'm sorry.
Oh, Baton Rouge used to be nice, but after Katrina, Baton Rouge turned into a shithole.
I was there for Gustav. When National Guard deployed there after Hurricane Gustav, and had to run off some gang from a flipping. There was one working gas station. They had a generator. Some gang moved in. It was like charging people to get into the parking lot to get gas. National Guard showed up with Humvees with machine guns mounted on top. Said, "You guys need to go home." They said, "The world."
I would say so.
No problem.
Surely
We're
there
going.
one that wanted to buck up and argue with you. Are y'all still allowed to give warning shots?
No.
No.
If you're going to shoot someone, just shoot them.
Can you hit him with a baton
Yep.
as a warning
Yeah,
shot?
we don't carry
No.
batons.
It's actually more
Warning
paperwork.
Warning shot is 2 in the center of the chest and 1 between the eyes. That's your warning shot.
That warrants everyone else's situation.
Now, I
Yep.
worked with this one guy, or worked for a guy, and he said, I don't have problems with people breaking into my place. He says, because everybody in the neighborhood knows I only give 1 warning shot, and it's usually point blank.
Oh, I'm glad you mentioned that because I got to buy a new mop.
Oh,
Have a
Get some
Same.
bleach while you're at it.
I was looking for
I've
one of
got
my
bleach, that's the problem.
webcams today, and I found a pistol.
Do what?
I was looking for one of my webcams today, and I found a pistol.
You're like, oh, surprise gun. How do you do?
shoot with both of them.
I
Don't you hate it when that
haven't,
happens?
I haven't
Going
seen
through
this
stuff, you
thing
find a
in
gun,
20
you're like,
years.
who did I kill with this?
What that reminds me of is did you guys ever watch that show, The IT Crowd?
Mm-hmm.
There's a
I never
show?
saw it.
It's on
Never-
Netflix.
It's great.
Okay.
There's a scene in The IT Crowd where one of the characters is like, you know, I have never looked in this drawer. He opens it up. Oh wow, a gun!
That's about the same size.
I don't know where this came from.
What caliber is
Put
that?
it back.
25.
25. Okay, the one I found was a 380.
Okay, you win. Anyway,
How
Yeah,
many bullets are in there?
at
It's-
10
it's-
yards,
it's-
maybe.
It doesn't have a magazine. There's no ammo, and I cleaned it up, and it doesn't. The safety doesn't work. So.
Oh,
Other than
well,
that-
it's a 25. It shouldn't have one traditionally.
Yeah, it's got a little safety on the there.
You're supposed to be able to run across the road and shoot your toes off.
It does, however, it's kind of interesting, the story behind this. The people that designed it were actually an Italian company that was an offshoot of Beretta.
Oh,
And they moved to Florida and started a manufacturing plant. This is one of their little Florida guns. And they're still very popular. I just haven't, I've been trying to go to a gun show and find a magazine for it.
You not order one on the internet
Now, what is?
Yeah, that was my question.
You can,
or Academy?
but the magazine would cost you more than this pistol is worth.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think we found an hour or two of programming, Joe.
What?
Gun talk with Dan and John.
Oh, don't get me started.
Oh,
Like we
God,
can start with
yes.
general. Well, we can start with general safety and work
This is
through like
This
finding
is
a
not
gun.
the only gun I found.
Well, you can't. Y'all really can't be using the G word while we're
On
broadcasting.
YouTube.
Really?
Yeah,
It's
it's a projectile.
violent content.
Let's get my Second Amendment rights. I'm going to have to sue somebody.
It's a projectile launcher.
Not that I would sue YouTube for millions of dollars for violating my Second Amendment rights. It's just an idea I've had.
There have been plenty channels shut down.
There's a guy here in Nashville.
Yeah.
He has taken his yard and he has a gun range on his yard, and that's all he does is reviews. He goes and he borrows from Nashville Armory or Outpost Armory. He'll borrow some of their stuff and then take it to his range and do a review on it. Take it apart, show you how it goes to everything. And
Did Outpost ever move?
Did what?
Did Outpost ever move?
not yet.
Outpost.
They're building it right now off exit 81.
Oh, okay. So they're moving, what, closer to
Closer to
Murfreesboro?
Nashville. They're in Murfreesboro, right off of Old Salem.
Uh-huh.
They're going there. They're adding a range for
So YouTube
the pew
says we
pews,
can't talk about guns.
and they're having a range for archery.
It's
And Costco is
complicated,
going
John.
right behind it.
Don't ask. It's just stupid. I don't know about pineapples.
But
Don't know
they
anything about
shut
pineapples.
his entire YouTube account down for a month.
Can we use all that cool spy tech terminology for weapons?
Well, I just said pew pews.
Like, hey, John,
Yes,
you got any 5.56ers over there?
just a few.
That's a caliber I have never explored.
That's one of my husband's goals.
I want to say thank you for the like Taylor and Brian K. Morris.
That was a thing from Metal Gear Solid. People got confused at the very beginning of the game when you're looking at the guards outside of the facility. Snake says they've got 5.56ers and pineapples. 5.56 is the caliber. Pineapples are grenades.
And I got that one.
Yep. Have you ever
5.56
seen my ring trick?
5.56 caliber.
Oh,
Like I've got 5.56 here at the house, but I don't have anything to put it in.
yeah. Well, I'll have to do something right now,
I
people.
wish I had a 20 mic.
Joe, what?
John?
What do you have to do?
We have to take a 2-minute and 19-second break.
He's got commercials.
No.
Be right back.
Ta-da!
Southwest of Chicago, there is a small, secluded cemetery known as Bachelor's Grove, and it is one of the most haunted places in the United States. Author Brian K. Morris brings you a collection of writings that will help you navigate this ghostly graveyard, if you dare. The Haunting Scripts of Bachelor's Grove is available now on Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Thank you for coming in, Mr. Johnson. Have a seat right here. And just this. Now, can you read the chart directly in front of you?
I can actually read that just fine.
Yes, very good. Now, tell me, which looks better? 1 or 2? 1 or 2?
Can I see number 1 again?
1 or 2?
I really don't see a difference.
3 or 4?
Oh, God.
This is the legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel, Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
Okay, back. I actually relayed our Helicon commercial, corrected all the spellings, had everything, uploaded it here, and that wasn't it.
It went
Well,
to the
you need to
old
leave the
version.
graphics up longer. I read pretty quickly, and I couldn't get through the whole thing.
Yeah, that's what I did. I mean, I extended all that to almost 10 seconds on both of them and on both ends, and updated our, added our Twitch channel and everything. And it just didn't. I don't know what happened.
Well, I'm sorry, but I've got to say, I've seen this twice, 3 times now. The third one is still too loud. The first one, the only words I can understand in the voiceover is right at the very, very end, and the rest of it is just buried by the overlaying sound. I
don't have any problem hearing any of it. But.
Yeah, it's
your
ears, Dan. You're getting old, Dan.
And Joe, your microphone's working much better.
I have 3 hearing tests a year. I've lost some of the middle range, but not the upper and lower.
So the microphone's
well,
fixed?
middle range is where voices are.
Okay. Well, I went in and StreamYard. My computer turned my mic down, and then StreamYard changed my mic. It was actually coming off the camera.
Sounds much better now.
Yeah.
So
hey, Joe.
Yeah.
I got something that we can play without worrying about copyright.
All right.
I'm gonna play about a minute of it.
All right. I'm going up, bringing you up full screen so we can see all of it.
All right.
Action.
Oh, it's Williams.
When we started through the transformation of Chattanooga, it was an old, smoky, dirty, stinky industrial city.
All right, that's enough for free.
And if you want the full experience, where can we
Go
get
to
it, and how much can we spend?
Amazon.
How much is it?
Fringes of Hamilton County.
You can rent it for $7.99 or buy it for $14.99.
It's not free anymore.
I'll give you guys the Vimeo link. You can download it for free.
It was a really good. I liked it.
If I'm making any more money off of it, I've made it. So
I liked it when I got to watch it.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
I love that view of the end of Broad Street.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a cool shot. That was really early in the morning, and I was standing right in the middle of the bridge.
No, Broad Street, where the train...
The old train station.
The old train station.
Oh, the old shot. Oh, yeah.
About where the Reed House would have been.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's where the Crystal TVA area is now.
Over the summer, I took Tennessee history, and none of that that was mentioned about how Chattanooga used to be was mentioned in it.
Interesting.
And your Nashville 13. None of
16.
that. Yeah, the Nashville 16. None of that was mentioned.
Oh, you saw
in my
that too?
Tennessee history book. Yeah, you sent me your Venmo because I couldn't access the free version that you had at the time. That was on Amazon Prime because I'm here in the Nashville area.
Yeah.
And so I watched that, and then you told me to watch the Nashville 16. I liked it. It was really cool. And so when
It was such an honor to interview those people, man. It really was.
Now, what is the Nashville 16 for people?
The Nashville 16 are the first 16 black children to desegregate Nashville public schools back in 1957.
Oh, okay.
And not a piece of that was mentioned in my Tennessee history book. They just said that was when they started integrating them, and it was over a certain amount of schools and certain grades, and they did it by grade level. Like one year they do one grade, the next year they do another grade, the next year they do another grade.
Sorry, I jumped in. What are we doing?
Well, the Nashville 16 were 16 kindergartners, and they started. And when they graduated to first grade, then they added, or in other words, they didn't let seniors in high school go from black schools to white schools. They started at kindergarten, and it took 12, 13 years.
My mom went the opposite. She ended up going in high school, I think her freshman year. She ended up going from a school in Nashville to another one. She went to Pearl, and Pearl was, at the time, an all-black school. So she was one of the first to go
the other way.
Go the other way through.
But yeah, it wasn't.
And I was like,
it wasn't mentioned in my history book. None of that, or how Chattanooga.
Good night, Brian.
The whole EPA thing, and it used to just be this big foggy because of all of the manufacturing that used to take place over there. Nothing of it was mentioned in my Tennessee history book.
Okay, if y'all will I've got it queued up. Let me just play the first minute or so, because just to hear all the different voices telling what they remember of that day, and then the couple of graphics that explain is really, really impactful. So if you can bring me up full, Joe.
Yep, full screen.
Okay, here we go. And Metro Nashville Schools hired me to do this.
Share audio.
Are we getting audio?
Oh, sorry.
And had it not taken step of faith, none of this would have passed out. We had been told that there was going to be some trouble. When I went around the corner, I saw all those people. I wonder why were they there? We were kind of engulfed between people.
I don't think I was expecting to see all the people that day lying in the street. So that was a little eerie.
Somebody decided they would blow that building up rather than have African American children go there. Every child should know the history. I mean, the history that went behind everything that the 16 did, as far as going across the threshold of an all-white school.
the Nashville 16 did. I mean, their presence and their families showed up, and because they showed up, they liberated this city, and they liberated the entire South by boldly demonstrating that they simply were not afraid. They were not afraid. You know, again, it's hard to imagine what it could have been like 50 years ago when an innocent walk to a public school was met with such hatred that had grown for 6-year-old children. Again, 6-year-old children.
Well, I prayed.
That was one of the proudest projects I've ever worked on. It was really a labor of love, but you know, these people were incredible. The courage they must have had.
Oh yeah.
Because this was not a parade that they were walking through. This was a gauntlet.
Oh yeah. And those poor children had no clue what was going on or understanding.
No. All they knew was that they had Mama there with them, and they were hoping for the best.
Yeah. I'm proud of you, Lewis. That's great that you make it like that.
Now,
I enjoyed it.
Appreciate it.
Is there a public link to that, or is that something that's internalized?
I can make a public link. I mean, you know, I did it for Nashville Public Schools, but they didn't restrict to viewing for any reason. So I can post it. I can post a link to it on Stupid O'Clock.
That'd be awesome.
That would be great.
Well, I mean, we're in Nashville, so
yeah.
No, I can throw a rock really hard and I'll get it almost to Gallatin Road, which is goes towards Nashville. So,
going to sort of change up the subject. Who has watched Utopia yet?
yes,
who has?
Yes.
Okay.
and not the UK one, the US one.
The reason I asked is because the way he worded it, I was just like, because you said who has watched it yet.
Yeah.
I was just like,
It's very Southernese.
did I miss a word?
Yeah. Definitely one of the weirder.
Yeah, it's pretty gruesome, pretty early.
Yeah. Definitely crazy. And then, what about The Boys? Have you been watching The Boys?
No
I
problem.
saw the first episode. I haven't gotten around to seeing any more yet.
Oh, I'm going to tell you that the best way to describe this movie is the writers keep you guessing the whole way through. Expect the unexpected, and you're not expecting the unexpected.
And that's the best thing, you know. You don't want to be like, oh yeah, I know so and so killed so and so this episode, or will, or so. I'm happy. Like Utopia, kind of like you had some inklings, and Utopia, you know, talk to the audience at the same time.
Is that like when you were watching Game of Thrones? They introduced a new character, and you go, "Oh man, I like this new character." Oh, he's dead.
Mm-hmm.
That's The Boys.
I started listening to the audiobooks for Game of Thrones.
I'll give you a hint how it ends.
Oh, I know.
He's dead. She's dead. He's dead. She's dead.
I've read the first 3 books.
Oh, I made so many people mad with that. I said, so let me get this right. The all-white guy kills Tony Stark, and the purple guy kills the little Stark girl.
We're like, no. Yeah, I've not seen a single episode.
Don't worry, he didn't give out any spoilers.
I don't care to watch it.
No, I confused Endgame with the final episode of Game of Thrones.
The final episode of if it was Endgame, it probably would have made more sense from what I've understood. So
I'm wanting to see how George R.R. Martin ends it.
he just doesn't. He's probably going to kick the bucket before he finishes.
That is what I am guessing is going to happen. because he was like almost all the way through, and then he decided it wasn't good and threw it all out.
He's like, I got 8 words in this month. I did pretty good.
He's written a lot of the pre-story.
What was the sci-fi series he did
some
that
of the
they were trying to make a
companions.
movie out of?
I have no clue.
I don't remember.
Apparently, he stopped working on Game of Thrones to work on a sci-fi series.
That probably still didn't get made either.
No, I think it actually made it to a Netflix or something. I can't remember. You ever heard the thing about you should teach your children gun safety in case they're walking down the street and they find a gun?
Night flyers.
They would know what not to do.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree with that.
Okay. But you know how ridiculous that sounds. Like, yes, I'm going to be walking down the street. I'm going to find a gun laying there on the sidewalk, right?
It happens.
It depends on the neighborhood.
You literally found it.
You remember Mitch Lashman? Okay.
Yes, I know you don't.
His lawnmower broke. So the grass in his front yard got to be about a foot and a half high, depending on what part of his yard you went to. So I pull up there one night, actually. Got my headlights on the truck. Pull up and I'm pointing into the grass, and I see this, just the shiny part. And I'm like, oh, the kids done left one of their toy guns lying out in the yard. I get out of the truck. I walk up there to pick it up. I figured it's one of the kids' toys. I pick it up before somebody got it with the truck. I almost drove over the thing. Pick it up. I found laying in his yard a loaded 40 caliber Smith & Wesson that somebody had driven by and tossed out into his yard.
There may be some police officers looking for that.
Did you bring it to the police?
No. They play their games. They play their games. I play mine.
That's interesting.
I look at it this way.
I'm worried that it had been used in a crime, and now if you get caught with it and the ballistics matches a previous crime, guess who's on the hook for it?
Thank you, whoever brought that up.
That would be me.
The guy whose yard I drop it into. I'm saving this for the people that piss me off. Okay.
Here's what I'm going to say, and I'm going to be very polite about this. As polite as I personally can be.
Oh, this ought to be good.
That ain't gonna happen.
Stand by with the video clip.
Mm-hmm.
I'm digging it up now.
I should go here and click on that now. I'm ready now.
Over.
We have the banner down at the bottom. We're good. Listen, I might not be. I'm definitely not the biggest fan of the current crop of so-called peace officers that we have.
There you go.
In this country, I don't like them. I think a lot of the current police right now are bad people. We have way more bad apples than we have good apples. I believe personally. Now, that being said, John, if somebody threw that out for a reason, man.
Yeah, that's a $450, $500 weapon.
No.
And it looks like it's in pretty darn good shape.
No, it's not that.
That didn't just slide off the roof of the car.
I'm just saying that somebody got rid of that for a reason. And
my bet is it's stolen. Because it was not fired when I found it. It was still loaded, ready to go. So
never been fired?
Well, it had not recently. And if they used it in a crime, they cleaned it before they dumped it, and that don't make a hell of a lot of sense. But
no, you're right.
They might have been ready to take it to a crime. But
what I'm betting is that they were driving through a neighborhood that they weren't normally noted for being in, and the police got in behind them, and they said, "Oh shit, ditch the drugs and the guns, quick."
Well, I'll tell you right now, you don't ditch something in front of a cop because
you gotta know where it was ditched. If
couple
you had
months
to get something, this was the perfect spot to do it.
couple of months ago, I'm on the phone with my mom, and she's just like, "There's somebody walking around in the yard. There's cops." Her like outside of her window was just lit up, and she goes and looks, and they were arresting somebody. And what had happened is they would gone to pull somebody over, and they went into my mom's neighborhood and got stopped, and she threw her drugs out in my mom's yard.
So
She got arrested in my mom's yard.
So one day I'm sitting there and I'm playing video games in my living room. Right. I look out the window and I'm thinking, wow, that's a lot of cops. Why are there suddenly so many cops on my property? And I wait for them all to leave because I don't want to get involved in whatever BS is going on. And so then after I see all the cop cars leave, I walk up the hill trying to find out what the hell was going on. And as I go up there, I run into my aunt. And she's like, dude, did you see all the cops? And I was like, yeah, I was wondering what that's all about. She was like, somebody broke into our house. I'm like, oh, wow, really? When the hell did that happen? She's like, just now. And I'm like, and the cops got here that fast? She's like, you don't understand. She was an escaped convict.
Oh, shit. So they were already canvassing.
They were already looking for her. Basically, the whole story is that she got away from the prison detail. She got away from the police. They're taking her, right? And she was looking for a place to hide. She ran through the woods till she got to our property and found my aunt and uncle's house. And she walked in, and the first words out of her mouth when she walked in, she saw my nephew. And the first words out of her, or not my nephew, my cousin. Saw my cousin, and the first words out of her mouth was, "Is your mommy or daddy home?" To which he was like, who are you? Basically, right? And he freaked out and went and hid. And then my aunt came out and found her, and this woman's like, "Thank God you're here. I need your help." And she was like, "Get out of my house. Like, I don't want anything to do with this." And at that point, the cops had already pulled up.
Dang.
He didn't even call them. They figured it out. They were like, there's only like one property around here that has people at home who can answer doors, and it's this one. And I was surprised they didn't come to my place first because my house was the first one that they could have seen. But I guess they must have figured she came from a certain direction or something. Anyway, they rearrested her, and then they were taking her to prison anyway. So I don't know if she went to court or what. I don't know what the whole situation with that was, but it was freaky to find out that had happened on my property.
Did your battery go dead, Lewis?
Yeah, I replaced it. Joe, do me a favor.
Yes.
Mute everybody one at a time until that damn noise goes away so we can figure out where it's coming from.
It's Joe.
Mute yourself.
You mute me first?
Yeah. Now let's hear Heather.
What kind of noise was it?
It sounds like somebody just breathing into a microphone.
It's Joe.
It's
I've muted
like
Joe. It's
a
gone away.
fan or something running in the background.
All right, now unmute Joe.
Hold on.
Yep, it's Joe.
Hold on. Is it me?
No, it's Joe. Are you not listening to what I'm
Mute
saying?
Joe for a second. See?
It's
Went
Joe.
away.
Okay. Because I literally have a fan like 1 foot from me.
No.
That's not what I'm hearing.
What's it sound like?
It sounds like when you've got if you were just rubbing a microphone on some fabric or something. Does anybody else hear that?
I hear it. I've heard it this whole time.
Okay.
Hey, wait a minute. Mute Lewis and see if it goes away. Skunk?
No, it didn't go away. It's still there. Yeah, no, it didn't go away.
Because I wouldn't be able to hear it if it was me.
That's
I can't hear me.
Sure. Yeah, that's another. Yeah, exactly. So it has to be Joe Dog. Something's going on Joe Dog's end.
And I'm holding my breath this whole time.
Wait a minute. Everybody be quiet real quick. Now. Oh.
What?
It's us.
Us?
Every time that we talk, Joe Dog, on his end, we hear that noise. But it's only when one of us is talking.
It is, isn't it?
Huh.
Literally, yeah. He said, huh.
I just hear
I wonder how
humming
many
in the
microphones
background at all
Joe's got
times.
going right now.
I've only got one microphone.
I just hear a humming in the background at all times.
Well, I'm not hearing a humming, but
it's like a white noise.
I hear it now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only when somebody's talking.
I'm trying to unsafety this cap gun.
But yeah, that's what it sounds like, is somebody just rubbing
Cap
over
device.
the microphone.
I'm hearing it, but
Do you have it set up to do
audio processing.
no
Yeah.
stereo sound? Did you unclick the echo in your sound settings?
Yeah, reduce echo.
yeah, I've got echo cancellation on. I got echo cancellation. No, it's clicked on mine. It's
Okay.
clicked on mine.
That's so weird.
All right.
I don't know if you guys can see what's on my TV here, but they got this band playing on Saturday Night Live. The drummer has his drums all tilted away from him. You can see the skins.
Yeah.
That's
So
weird.
I've never seen anybody set up a trap set like that. All the drums are pointed away from him, and he's having to hit them from the front.
Maybe the sticks are, maybe he has curved sticks too.
Who is it? Who is the
It's
band?
But it still works.
Are y'all still hearing that?
Let's see.
I'm not hearing it right now.
No.
Not at the moment.
Not really.
Do you guys remember these little cap guns?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm starting to collect the little ones.
I also found out early on that just putting the whole roll on the sidewalk and hitting it with a hammer was a lot
better.
less trouble than trying to feed that crap.
I know. Yeah, I got
a little louder.
Yeah, buddy.
You ever see these, Brian?
no.
I know what it is.
Do that again.
Well, I'd have to reload it, but
That's good stuff.
I used to use these for my IED class in the National Guard because you had to pass a roster around for everybody to sign to show that they've been in the class. So I'd hand it to the highest ranking person in the class. Say, make sure you sign my roster for the improvised explosive devices class. Make sure I get my pen back. Ow! Boy, you talk about having everybody's attention for the rest of your class.
Oh, I bet. Especially with it being an IED of itself. So.
Oh yeah, you've already killed the top-ranking leader in the room.
Mm-hmm. That's the way to do it.
Wouldn't that be an improvised incontinence device?
I think that is
whoever sets it off is going to have an
however,
involuntary bowel movement.
John, correct me if I'm wrong, but is that actually an improvised explosive device because it's not improvised?
No, this would actually be manufactured, so it would not be an improvised.
Exactly.
But a lot of manufactured explosive devices are improvised explosive devices. So.
I gotcha. I still hear that noise. I still hear that coming from Joe Dog's end. It's driving me nuts. But that's okay. that's okay because
What do you mean almost?
It is the end of the show.
It is the end of the show.
no.
figure
According
out
to this
what-
clock up here, we still have 2 minutes left. So don't bullshit me.
What I'm
Okay,
trying to
three,
figure
but
out
my
is
clock may be slow.
what is causing the noise.
I don't know.
Won't matter in 2 minutes.
Oh shit!
Hey, Joe,
Yes.
do me a favor. Send me a link to the after show.
Yeah.
I may join the after show, and if you guys would please just bear with me. The guy that owns this piece of equipment is coming to pick it up, and I want to show him what it's doing with changing colors
Okay.
on the stuff that's coming from the laptop, and see if that's an issue that he's had with it, because that may be a deal breaker. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, with the cameras, it's doing fine, but when you go to my graphic, that's supposed to be blue in the background.
Not purple?
But it's
supposed to have
green?
blue oceans, and then I mean, the only thing that's right is the white and the red, and even the red is a little purple. And yeah, the colors are all wrong on that too. Captain Dan being
It was
blue.
right. It was right earlier.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. Everybody just got the link.
Okay, got it.
No, I'm not even in
Okay.
Facebook.
I'm gonna bring it in here, and then I'll join in then. Okay.
Okay. All right. We got to wrap her up, guys. Thank y'all for everybody for tuning in and watching. Thank everybody for putting up with us. Thank all y'all for being here. Otherwise,
Now, is going to be the first one that's picked up by that other service?
say what again? I talked on top.
Is Thursday's show going to be the first one picked up by that new?
We're already on, and they've linked every YouTube show we've done so far.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
So yeah, people can pull up all our shows now.
So yeah, Lewis, you're famous.
Yeah. All right. So
Or
thank
more
everybody,
famous.
and we will see y'all on the after show, and good night.